All you wanted was some breakfast, so you sat down to a bowl of oatmeal, but there's phytic acid in there. You can't have that. So you had some blueberries instead. Oh, there's oxalates. What do those do? They cripple my knee joints? Okay, screw this health stuff. I'm just gonna have bacon and eggs. Oh, eggs feed viruses? Bacon is forbidden by God. Carnivores will tell you all plants are toxic. Vegans will tell you all saturated fat and cholesterol is forbidden. And I found out why. They're both saying these lies. It's a lie.
I am a vegan. You are a loser.
So I've been debating jumping off this ship, whatever seashore I'm on. Right now I don't know where it's leading, but these mangoes, does it have mango detect autofocus? Oh wow. I just want to throw these to my neighbor, because he's hungry due to the virus. I've honestly been thinking of switching back to the carnivore diet, but my instinct is just like, don't do it. It's holding me back. It's like it can't be a good thing, but part of me remembers the joys, the calmness. I miss some of it, and I'm sick of this. These planty shits. Look at the black stuff. Why'd I pick that mango? Look at it. Look at that. Oh no. So I've been watching a bunch of carnivore diet videos, and there seems to be a theme. They all seem to think that all plants are toxic, and that's why they feel better. There's just no way. That's not the reason. There's so many people that go on plant-based diet, not even vegan diets. I've lost the will to be vegan anymore. But there's so many stories of people just eating more plants, and then their arthritis goes away, or their blood pressure lowers, they're off all medication, like they're healthier. Even eating evil foods like grains. People are all up in that wheat. They ate less bacon, more wheat, and got better. That's the reality. Even though I've never been a fan of grains, they stab me like the wildebeest of the forest of New Hampshire. People get healthy eating them, so what can we say? And then the carnivores they dare to say blueberries are toxic. Lettuce, toxic. We're talking like plutonium spilled on your foot, toxic. Like beware, put the yellow caution tape around a blueberry. Give me a break. So I've been watching a bunch of Paul Saladino videos, and that's the kind of guy you want to believe, because he's citing studies. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about, but even him, he's guessing as to why people feel better on the carnivore diet. He's just assuming, he's rolling with that plants are toxic, and that's why. That ain't it, buddy. Here's where the debate rolls in. When you go on a carnivore diet, you lose the ability to digest plants. At least I did in my body. Maybe you're different? Whenever I started adding in anything like an avocado, over. I could have half an avocado without feeling anything. But then a full one? Forget about it. I'm getting like the fiber pains. I'm like, oh no. I remember trying one floret of broccoli. I'm not talking a head, a floret, one of the little stems with hardly any stalk. And it was okay. But when I went up to 3 florets, forget about it. Just send an ambulance, a Thai ambulance. No need for English. I remember being in that Thai ambulance, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die, aren't I? I'm dying. What's wrong with me? And they're just like, so what? You may die. You may die, yes. So whenever I added in a plant on my carnivore diet, you were never carnivore. I felt the symptoms. Whereas now, I'm eating an abundance of freaky plants too, like raw arugula. Seems harsh, it's bitter, it's spicy. It's strange, it's a strange one. I'm eating all these giant mangoes. I'll eat 5 of these things. I'm not getting the pain, like I can relax. I remember when I went carnivore, all the pain in my gut went away. And I just remember as a vegan, laying in bed, and I felt full and just painy, fibery expansion of the gut. And that went away on this medical medium stuff. I'm hydrated in the gut now with all this fiber. So there's no way that you can tell me that all plants are toxic. The carnivores just can't digest any of them. And that's where we are. The balance of life is misled. I know a lot of people right now are doing a carnivore diet and all their symptoms are going away. They're healing, I believe it. I do worry long term, but I believe they are actually healing. It's not just like a suppressed symptom thing. They gave their body the break it needed, and they're giving them the nutrients it needs, and they're fixing joints, and things are getting better. I believe you guys. I want to join your team. I really do. I'm so sick of that mango. Why did I put this here? Every time I look at it, I want to throw myself off a bridge. In my opinion, the reason people get better on the carnivore diet is because they're no longer eating foods that feed viruses. Proven by the spirit world. That's why they're getting better. They removed all the wheat, all the grains, all the corn, the soy. Every vegan was all up in that soy and tofu. They're eating bread. Then they go carnivore. It's like, oh, look at this. Wow. That's why. Proven by science and the spirits. But what ends up happening, you eat nothing but meat. You develop the meat bacteria that ferment that shit. And they can't do the plants. There's two sides. I don't understand it. But like maybe the meat bacteria need an acidic environment and they're chilling. Then you add in an alkaline plant and those bacteria are like, can we hang out here, guys? And no, they can't. It's a gang society only. Your Bloods or Crips. Which one are you? Oh no, the blue light. You can't just be in both gangs wearing a red bandana and a blue handkerchief out your pocket. Just like, hey, let's all get along. I'll kill you both. You gotta pick a side. So all these carnivores, they stopped feeding the viruses. Now they've built up this bacteria colony that can't handle plants. So when they add in plants, they can't digest them. They feel like those plants are toxic. Meanwhile, the rest of the world, they're eating blueberries. They're farting rainbows. It's fine. And the same thing happens in the plant world, and I'm experiencing it now. I used to add fish, and I'd feel a boost, and I'm feeling good. Now when I add it, everything just gums up the works. I add in one minor piece of salmon. It's over. I start getting bloated, gassy, bad gas. Not even the discreet kind. You let one out, you walk away, nobody says anything. You let one out in a crowd, this kind of gas, you're banned from the place, from a park. I've been banned from 6 parks. I don't have the bacteria that break down meat anymore. And that bacteria takes a while. They gotta sit down and work on it. It's a whole event for them. They sit down and they're just like, they're fixing shit and breaking things apart and drinking beer. I don't have the time for that. My bacteria are in a rush. The fruitarian bacteria, they're on their way, they're late for work. They gotta be there. You gotta let them go. Just, you can't slow that train. Then they're like, what the hell's the holdup here? So I could conclude right now, because I can't digest meat, that meat is toxic. Oh, it's just bad and we're not designed. Look, these aren't claws. My canines, they couldn't rip through a pillow. The reality is I'm just on the wrong ass team. We can't get along here. It has nothing to do with meat being toxic or hard to digest. It's just in my fruitarian body, skinny fat in its origins. I can't handle the both. I can't do the balance. Everybody, every comment I ever get, just do a balanced diet, please. Please do it. I can't. You think I wouldn't want to just eat peanut butter and rice with beef on the side? And deep fry it with a meal of mosquito wings? Of course I would. Of course that'd be the first thing. All these balanced dieters are people that were never sick. So they can't understand how anybody could possibly struggle with any food group. They just eat whatever they want. Their poo does smell like fire swamps, but they feel okay. They're a little lumpy in the nipple region, but in general, they're okay. They're not sick, they have energy, they feel good, and they wonder why you can't do that. If the medical ghost is right, the people with chronic illnesses have pathogens, and they can't just eat certain foods that feed the pathogens: eggs, dairy, wheat, soy, corn, citric acid, MSG. We have to be careful. We can't just pick and choose any food group. So for those people, you really have to pick your side. Low-fat plant, high-fat meat. Which side? You can't really mix them. I started upping my plant fat a bit. I had a giant avocado. I erupted in like 7 zits here, all along here. Fun times. Thank you so much. You can go see them on my camera channel when I test the autofocus on it. I have sugar-loving bacteria. They don't even know what to do with fat. I hand them an avocado, they're like... So it's been 4 days now with no fat, and I'm starting to feel better. My energy is increased and digestion's finally flowing again. And it's like, but how long is this gonna last? It doesn't feel sustainable. Just fruits and veggies and starch? What kind of prison sentence is that? I want fish. I want chicken. I smell it. I smell it on the street. So personally, I'm gonna keep going on the low fat, but eventually I feel like I need to add in some meat or my energy tanks. And if I can't digest it, then what a conundrum. It's like, what's the answer? That's why I want to switch fully over to Meatland. So I can at least, okay, you can have some food that tastes good and I'm satiated. Low fat, oh my god, I had bananas for dinner again last night. Oh, someone end me. Bananas are devil fingers that he uses to touch your no-no parts. Just no more, I'm not buying any more of those. So I have papayas and mangoes. The food supply is dwindling. And so are my hopes and dreams for the future. So what do you guys think? I'm curious about the carnivores. Do you really think all plants are toxic? And that's why you feel better? Or is it the medical virus way? Medium ghost wise? That's why. But honestly, so many people get better eating eggs and dairy, which according to him feed viruses. So I'm all up in the contradictions here. How? Like people heal their colitis eating raw dairy, which should feed the shingles virus. So he can't be right. What am I doing? Why am I on this stupid ghost diet? He says acne is caused by strep and grains feed strep. And I remember eating nothing but grains and vegetables and my skin cleared up phenomenally. I've debunked him so many times in my own life. Why am I on the train here? The train's heading off a cliff. It's a one-way stop. It costs $41 to enter. And that's a bad deal. So we're done. We've rambled hard enough today. What do you think? Down below. Plants toxic? Yes? Maybe I'll make a poll. Plants are toxic or healing? Which is it? Which side are you on? Alright, we're done. Thanks for watching the video today. Thumbs up if you liked it. You're allowed to do this? Even with all the pandemic stuff? If you like dashing people's hopes and dreams, by all means, thumb down the video. If you're eating grains and meat and a vegetable and a fruit and an organic pizza that you poured Coca-Cola over to kill the parasites in the pepperoni. They're getting dumber. That's all we know for sure. Thanks for signing up to the monthly Patreon Q&A and buying a Vegetable Police t-shirt. And subscribing for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.